What's going on, my exotic family? It's your boy Dre. Welcome back to another video. So today's video, we're going to be talking cons to owning so many reptiles. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, so welcome back to the video. So like I said, we're going to be talking cons to owning so many reptiles. So I have my big boy Luther out with me, my common boa. Most of you guys know him. He's pretty familiar on the channel. But we're going to be talking cons to owning so many different species. As you guys know, I have 13 snakes, the caiman, the tegu, leopard gecko, bearded dragon, tarantula, scorpions. So owning that many species, it can be, there's some downsides to it. We'll start off with the first one. It is very time consuming. Actually, before we even get into that, I want you guys to know that this is not a video where I'm complaining. This is me actually offering things from my point of view. So if you guys are thinking of owning this many reptiles or having this many different species, you can refer to this video and keep these things in common and keep these things in mind. So the first thing is going to be, it's very time consuming. With all of my reptiles being different species, a lot of them are going to require a lot of different care. So that's one thing I have to consider, keeping them all in the same room. So I try to make sure that I'm up to date on all of my research, and everybody is pretty much taken care of. Not to mention when I have my designated cleaning days, whether I'm spot cleaning or doing deep cleanings, it takes a lot of time to go through every cage. It usually takes me roughly maybe 2 to 3 hours. If I'm spot cleaning, maybe an hour, hour and a half. But nonetheless, it definitely still takes a while. So touching on cleaning, it's a lot of work. Like I said, it's not only time consuming, but it's a lot of work. As you can see, Luther's my biggest snake. Whoa, attitude. He's my biggest snake for now. We all know the berm will get huge. And as you can see now, while I'm recording with him, for him to be this size, he's very, very jumpy, and it takes some time. It takes a lot of work to keep every snake you have tame, every snake you have presentable, and it just takes a lot of work, especially when it's just one person. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. All right, so I put Luther back just because he was not cooperating for the video, but at least you guys got to see him, right? So another thing to keep in mind when keeping so many different animals is gonna be, it can be expensive. When you keep so many different reptiles, you can see all the bulbs behind me, but even if you're not using bulbs, whether you're using heat tape, heat pads, heat emitters, heat panels, whatever, it's gonna get expensive if you have to buy multiples of that product. My reptile room, I know I've spent well over a couple thousand in here in just supplies. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. I work hard, I work a lot to be able to maintain my reptile room, and I feel like, to be honest, maintaining is the hardest part versus than just getting everything together and setting up. The hardest part definitely is maintaining, because you have to continually do it. Not only, and in my case, I've made vet trips, I made vet visits, which brings me to my next point. It can be very challenging. What I've found is, if you live in an area and you have reptiles and you do not have a designated exotics vet or someone that doesn't see reptiles, it is going to be very, very challenging for you to be able to keep those animals not only healthy, but safe. If something goes wrong, or if something happens, or if you're just going for a checkup, it's something at the top of my list. I have one. They're actually like 15 minutes away from me, so it's something that's very important, especially when keeping this many, or if you're getting into breeding. You definitely obviously want to know that your animals are healthy, your breeders, they're up to date, nothing's going wrong with them. So keep that in mind. It's very, very important. Another challenge that I find with me sometimes is finding the time to actually be able to go through and individually handle all of their reptiles. Sometimes it's very impossible with my work schedule, but sometimes I just have to force myself to find time if I'm gonna have these animals and keeping them healthy and keeping them tame. So the only animals I get bit by are the caiman and sometimes the tegu. I'm okay with that. So that is where a lot of my time has shifted as far as handling. So those are my top complaints, cons to keeping so many species of reptiles. But once again, this is not me complaining. My name is DW Exotics for a reason. I really like exotic animals, so for me, the more exotic, the more of a challenge. So I knew what I was getting myself into. But let me know what you guys think of the video. What are some cons do you guys have to keeping so many reptiles? Drop a comment below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so I know you liked the video. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, and as always, stay exotic.